Hello and welcome to a new YouTube video. What to know this week? PCE inflation, FedEx, and Nike reports as we approach the holidays. The holiday season has begun, but Wall Street will deck the halls with a few significant earnings and economic announcements before markets close for a lengthy Christmas weekend. The economic calendar in the coming days will provide investors with the latest Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index or PCE, which is the Fed's favored inflation indicator, as well as another reading on GDP, a slew of housing data, and the Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index. Earnings from Nike, NKE, FedEx, FDX, Micron Technology, MU, and Carnival, CCL, will keep traders busy. Please don't forget to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. The earnings and economic lineup will provide the final hints for 2022's key focus for investors heading into the new year: how much higher Federal Reserve policymakers will boost interest rates and whether those policy actions will send the U.S. economy into a recession. The PCE price index, the Fed's favored gauge of inflation, will be released on Friday, and it is likely to be the most important data point of the week. According to Bloomberg consensus forecasts, PCE is predicted to climb 0.1% in November, down from 0.3% the previous month. PCE inflation is estimated to have slowed to 5.5% from 6% previously this year. Core PCE, which excludes volatile food and energy components, is expected to gain 0.2% over the previous month, unchanged from October, and 4.7% year-on-year, down from 5% the previous month. Following the Fed's final policy announcement of 2022 on Wednesday, strategists noted that the most surprise data point among policymakers' economic estimates was an upward revision to their core PCE expectations at the end of 2023 to 3.5% from 3.1% earlier. This was somewhat surprising to us because we anticipated a higher path for the policy rate would imply a lower path for inflation, Bank of America's Michael Gapin and his team of analysts said in a recent note. According to Nikko Asset Management Chief Global Strategist John Vale, this suggests policymakers believe they will need to hold rates at a high terminal rate into 2023, even with some lag effects. Worries about higher for longer interest rates and the resulting economic slowdown have weighed heavily on Wall Street so far this December, a normally bullish period for the stock market but appears to be anything but this season. Investors have been expecting for a Santa Claus rally, which is a sustained surge in the stock market around the end-of-year holidays. Typically defined as the last 5 trading days of the year and the first 2 of the new year, regardless of dates, this year's rally prospects have been dashed. For the first time since September, U.S. equities posted back-to-back weekly losses on Friday. The S&P 500 fell 2.1% last week, the Dow Jones Industrial Average 1.7%, and the technology-heavy Nasdaq Composite 2.7%. During the press conference following the meeting, Fed Chair Jerome Powell stated unequivocally that he and his colleagues are committed to getting inflation back down to 2%, the U.S. central bank's long-term price stability target as measured by PCE. The most recent figure in October was twice the target, at 6%, with the core measure at 5%. Meanwhile, the Consumer Price Index, CPI, jumped 7.1% year-on-year in November. The CPI index collects data from consumers, whereas the PCE index collects data from enterprises, and each tracks a distinct range of spending. CPI, for example, only includes consumer out-of-pocket medical spending, whereas PCE includes employer payments. In the coming week, housing market updates will be eagerly followed. The December Homebuilder Survey, as well as measures of housing starts, existing home sales, and new house sales, are all scheduled to be released. Shelter cost hikes are a major contributor to sticky inflation. In other economic news, the government will announce its third and final estimate of GDP, the broadest measure of U.S. economic activity, which is expected to show real GDP rose at an annual rate of 2.9% in the third quarter of 2022, unchanged from past estimates. The Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index, which analyzes consumer attitudes, spending plans, and expectations for inflation, stock prices, and interest rates in the United States, is also scheduled to be released. FedEx and Nike earnings will be major indicators of consumer spending during the crucial holiday shopping season, while Micron's results will provide the most recent look at the chip sector. Economic calendar. Monday, NAHB Housing Market Index, December, 34 expected, 33 during prior month. Tuesday, housing starts, November, 1.400 million expected, 1.425 during prior month. Building permits, November, 1.480 million expected, 1.526 million during prior month, downwardly revised to 1.512 million. Housing starts, month over month, November, minus 1.8% expected, minus 4.2% during prior month. Building permits, month over month, November, minus 2.1% expected, minus 2.4% during prior month. Wednesday. MBA mortgage applications, week ended December 16, minus 3.2% during prior week. Current account balance, Q3, minus $223.50 billion expected, $251.1 billion during prior month. Existing home sales, November, 4.20 million expected, 4.43 million during prior month. Existing home sales, month over month, November, minus 5.2% expected, minus 5.9% during prior month. Conference Board Consumer Confidence, December, 101.0 expected, 100.2 during prior month. Conference Board Present Situation, November, 137.4 during prior month. Conference Board Expectations, November, 75.4 during prior month. Thursday. Chicago Fed National Activity Index, November, minus 0.05 during prior month. GDP annualized, quarter over quarter, Q3 third estimate, 2.9% expected, 2.9% prior. Personal consumption, quarter over quarter, Q3 third estimate, 1.7% expected, 1.7% prior. GDP price index, quarter over quarter, Q3 third estimate, 4.3% expected, 4.3% prior. Core PCE, quarter over quarter, Q3 third estimate, 4.6% expected, 4.6% prior. Initial jobless claims, week ended Dec. 0.17, 222,000 expected, 211,000 during prior week. Continuing claims, week ended December 10, 1.685 expected, 1.671 million during prior week. Leading index, November, minus 0.5% expected, minus 0.8% during prior month. Kansas City Manufacturing Index, October, minus 2 expected, 1 during prior week. Friday. Personal income, month over month, November, 0.3% expected, 0.7% during prior month. Personal spending, month over month, November, 0.2% expected, 0.8% during prior month. Real personal spending, month over month, November, 0.0% expected, 0.5% during prior month. PCE deflator, month over month, November, 0.1% expected, 0.3% during prior month. PCE deflator, year over year, November, 5.5% expected, 6.0% during prior month. PCE core deflator, month over month, November, 0.2% expected, 0.2% during prior month. PCE core deflator, year over year, November, 4.7% expected, 5.0% during prior month. Durable goods orders, November preliminary, minus 1.0% expected, 1.1% during prior month. Durables excluding transportation, November preliminary, 0.0% expected, 0.5% during prior month. Non-defense capital goods orders excluding aircraft, November preliminary, 0.2% expected, 0.6% during prior month. Non-defense capital goods shipments excluding aircraft, November preliminary, minus 0.2% expected, 1.5% during prior month. University of Michigan consumer sentiment, December final, 59.1 expected, 59.1 prior. New home sales, November, 600,000 expected, 632,000 during prior month. New home sales, month over month, November, minus 5.1% expected, 7.5% during prior month. Earnings calendar. Monday. HEICO, Hay, Steelcase, SCS. Tuesday. Nike, NKE, General Mills, GIS, FedEx, FDX, FactSet, FDS, Calamp Corp. Camp, BlackBerry, BB, FuelCell Energy, FCEL, Neogen, Neog, Worthington Industries, WOR. Wednesday. Micron Technology, Mu, Cintas, CTAS, Miller Knoll, MLKN, Rite Aid, RAD, Toro, TTC, Carnival Cruises, CCL. Thursday. CarMax, KMX, Apogee Enterprises, APOG, Paychex, PAYX. Friday. No notable reports scheduled for release. Thank you for watching.